Hi guys. Ugh, I got it wrong, Sarah. Hi folks, Viv from York here, going live at 8 as I promised. Going to talk about anchors or anchoring. So, hi Emma. It'd be great if you're new to watching me, if you put new in the comments, and if you're watching it on replay, put replay just so I can see who's doing what where. Hi Amy. Hi Zach and Indy. That's weird. So I'm talking about anchoring. Just gonna have to look at my notes. Hi Emma. Right, anchoring, it's a neuro-linguistic programming technique that can help instill whichever emotions you have that you want anchored to any situation. So it's something that I learned a long time ago. Hi Gillian, because I did a neuro-linguistic programming course, so NLP. Lots of people have heard of it, some haven't, and it's one of their really powerful techniques. But what I've been discovering recently, having used it, now I'm using essential oils, and obviously the smell has been really interesting. I've been reading some stuff about it, and that's what I wanted to share. So the techniques I learned a long time ago now, but that I still use is, let's see if I can try and explain it. So basically, you find like an external thing. So I use this. So first, finger and thumb. And what you do is if you want to feel like, I use confidence. So if you want to feel confident in a situation, what you do is you imagine a time when you felt, sorry, my battery's just about to die. A time when you felt really, really confident. And when you reach the height of that, I feel really confident, you put your finger and thumb together and then you let go. And then you really put yourself in that position again. So you've actually got to be in the place where you were when you felt confident. So not just watching yourself like you would on a film or on a screen, but really be in a place where you felt really, really confident. And then when you get to the height of feeling that, you do that again. And you just keep doing that. And then after a while, you stop thinking about it. Think about some situation where you maybe weren't feeling confident, but when you do that, you should then feel that feeling of confidence coming back. So that's what you're anchoring. This is the thing that you then anchor to the feeling. And obviously, if you think about it, I have confidence on that side, and I have, oops, that doesn't work. I have calm on this side. So if I'm ever in a situation where I'm getting a bit like, I can go, oh, I really can't do this. I go like that, and I feel calm. Now the problem is obviously over time you're going to lose that feeling. So probably the best way to explain it is a bit like the conditioning with Pavlov's dogs. So you know that he fed the dogs by rang a bell. So he kept doing that to enforce that, and then after time he took the food away, but when he rang the bell the dogs salivated because they thought they'd been conditioned to think they were going to get food. And you kept doing that, they kept salivating, but actually over time they then reconditioned to think they weren't getting food, so that didn't work anymore. So it's the same as that, you have to reinforce it. So, but what I found with the essential oils, weirdly enough, is there's a whole load of let's see if I can show you, emotions and essential oils wheel. So what I've found recently has really enhanced my anchoring is that there's certain oils you can use that work really well for enhancing the anchor. So say I wanted to reinforce the confidence one, I could pick an oil which is associated with confidence. And because oils go straight to your brain, because as the olfactory nerve goes straight to the olfactory bulb in your brain, actually it's really affecting your emotions straight away. So it goes to the limbic part of your brain, which is the emotional seat. So actually it's really enhancing the anchor. So that's what I've discovered recently, is you can anchor because you can actually feel the thoughts of you being in a confident situation. But if you then add in an essential oil, which is associated with confidence or whatever, that really helps. And what I've discovered, because at the moment I'm reading just started to read a really interesting book called The Chimp Paradox, is he talks about the fact that you've got the frontal lobe, which is the human part of the brain. It very often disagrees with the chimp, which is the limbic part of the brain, which is just what I've said, is very affected by emotions. And that's where the emotions go. So if you can get an emotional reaction to an oil, like a positive emotional reaction by breathing in an oil, whilst at the same time, I'm going to do this hand, setting up an anchor, then that's really going to enhance what you're anchoring. The other thing I've found which has helped recently is something that I've realized is because I've been using a lot of oils for various different things in the household, we now have a really nice, I'm not good at this with that hand, a really nice soap dispenser. So every time I go to the loo or need to wash my hands, I'm now using a really nice essential oil soap. And it's a blend that makes me really, really happy because it smells a bit like Christmas. So it's got cinnamon and clove and all those sorts of things in. So what I've discovered is actually every time I go to wash my hands, it just makes me smile. And I've thought that's actually another way of anchoring really good feelings. Hi, Tracy. So it's really weird. There's certain things that I now use daily as part of my sort of essential oils routine, which are really beginning to help. So obviously I've got the hand wash, which just makes me happy. So I go to the loo, a good couple of times a day. And when I wash my hands, it then makes me feel happy. So that's a great anchor because I've got an association with a smell, which obviously goes to the emotional part of my brain, that just brings a smile to my face. And who doesn't want to feel happy? I've also used a certain thing for my back. And because I put that on morning and night, and it actually makes my back feel really good. I'm now associating when I smell that, I suddenly think, relax, and my back eases before I've even put it on. So these are another few things that you can use that help anchor positive things to your life. You've just got to be careful because obviously if you can anchor positive things to your life, you can also anchor negative things. And this might be something that people want to consider. So say that you've had a bad day at work and you walk through the door and the first thing somebody says to you is, have you had a good day? And you're like automatically, no, I haven't had a good day. I've had a really rubbish day. Then you'll start associating that person who's asked you, and they've just asked an innocent question, but you might start associating that person with a really bad feeling because you haven't had the chance to sort of de-stress from the day. And so if you suddenly find yourself having a few more arguments with that person or just not feeling quite as in tune with them as you used to, that might be something that you need to look at. And that would be another good thing where you might say to that person, like, instead of when I walk straight through the door, ask me if I have a good day. That makes me feel like angry because I haven't had a good day or whatever. Can you just sort of give me a bit of peace and quiet and then I'll de-stress and then we can talk. So you're not associating that person. But I'd say another good thing for that is to find something like an essential oil or something that you can anchor to feeling positive, and maybe anchor that you walk through the door and you do that anchor. And it can be as simple as the one I did. You could associate calm with that, and when you come in from a stressful day, the minute you walk through the door, do that so that the people in your house aren't getting that backlash of that you've had a bad day. But obviously you need to reinforce that as a positive thing, and just be aware that sometimes we do associate anchors with people or situations that can actually turn out to be a bad thing. If you want to know anything more about the sort of essential oils thing that I've mentioned, or want to ask me any more about the sort of emotional brain smell thing, because I am doing a essential oil diploma at the moment and I have just done a module on the smell brain thing, then just get in touch or put a little message below. But that's me. I might put a link to the book for you all. It's a really interesting book. But other than that, I think that's me. So take care, everyone, and have a good rest of the evening, folks. Bye.